What is one of the worst movie endings? Like to an otherwise good movie? Or can it be a shit movie? Good movie, bad ending. I don't know. I'll tell you one ending that made me really, really mad when I was young, because I actually liked the movie all the way up until the end. Most of you probably haven't even seen this. But it had Jessica Biel and Nicolas Cage. It's called Next. I watched this a lot when it came out. I thought it was a really cool concept. Basically, he can see into the future, but only a couple of seconds, and he uses that to stop a bomb threat. Like he gets a case where he needs to like defuse a fucking nuke or something. And the movie basically ends with him in bed with Jessica Biel. They had just fucked, and it turned out he was able to go further than a few seconds, and everything that happened after they fucked was all a dream. They actually pulled the "it was just a dream" thing. So, that was awful. Yeah, Alexis on Fire is classic boner jams. Glad you enjoy them. There's tons of bands like them that I used to listen to back in the day. They're all in that music playlist. And no, I've never heard of Undead. I don't know that movie. But thanks, Joe. What if he fucks her in the beginning and the rest of the movie after did not happen? That's what happened. Basically, he meets Jessica Biel. They fall in love instantly. The second he fucks her, he time travels to the future, fails to defuse a bomb, gets killed in the explosion, all of the, city gets blown up, and then he wakes up, it was all a dream, and he's still in bed with Jessica Biel. That's the twist. It's such a bad plot. Well, it's even more shameless because not only does it have the gall to pull off, or it doesn't pull it off successfully, but to pull the "it was just a dream" thing, it actually ends by setting a sequel up for itself. So after he fails to defuse the bomb and comes back to the present where he's still, in bed with Jessica Biel, he gets out of bed and he's like, "All right, listen, FBI, I'll do it, but I have some conditions." And the movie ends with him and Jessica Biel rolling out of bed. He goes outside, the police are there, and she's like, "So what do you want to do?" "Give me a minute." So it was setting up for a sequel that never came because this shit bombed. So where does seeing the future come into play? So after he boinks Jessica Biel and the movie sets up that he can see like a few seconds into the future. I think it's a minute. I think he can do 60 seconds into the future. And he uses that to do a bunch of things. He's like a magician and he used that for his magic. But then the authorities take notice. He's got superpowers. They want him to solve this crime, stop the bomb, whatever, kill the terrorists. Falls in love with Jessica Biel, fucks Jessica Biel. Then while he's mid-coitus or whatever, I guess, or right after, then he pushes his time travel abilities to the max, so he's able to travel through the rest of the movie. But what happens is while he's time traveling within his time travel. So he's time traveled into the future. He's basically set up an alternate timeline. And in that timeline, he is still time traveling 60 seconds into the future in different increments. So that's how it plays in. It's the nuclear weapon one, right? Yes. It is the nuclear weapon one. What do you think is the worst movie to do an ending leading to another movie that clearly never came to pass? This has actually got to be up there. But this one I don't really want to spoil. I already made a video spoiling it. It's Moonfall. Moonfall, I still believe, is the most fun bad movie ever made. I can't stop talking about it. I actually just recently rewatched it. It's so good. It is the most beautifully awful movie ever. And this movie set up the gall for a sequel. Not only a sequel, an entire trilogy, I feel. Basically, it ends with I'm not going to spoil it. Moonfall. I think is one of the most incredible examples of a film setting up a sequel that will never come. Thanks to the resub bits. The ending is so unbelievably out there, you'd never see it coming. No, you would never predict how Moonfall ends. There is nobody on this planet that could have predicted how Moonfall would end. Thanks, resub Elder. Yeah, I saw. I saw Mihail. He is a good wrestler. He earned it. Like, he is legitimately a good wrestler. I just fucking hate Logan Paul. I really do. It's such a shame that he's talented. Are you confusing the ending of Next? Isn't it just him saying he's going to do it because he just saw the future and knows what's going to happen? Yeah. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. What do you mean? I'm not confusing it. The movie is he fucks Jessica Biel, travels to the future, tries to solve the crime, stop the nuclear attack, fails, and then comes back to the past, and then says, all right, time to do it. Time to go to work. But it's setting up a sequel where he actually stops the nuclear terrorist attack. That's not setting up for a sequel, though? How not? He didn't successfully solve it. And still needs to solve it. The nuke is still out there. It is absolutely setting up for a sequel. Thanks for the membership, Derek, and the Prime Ram. But he knows how to. No, he doesn't. He failed. He doesn't know how to. He was unsuccessful. Like, he did not succeed. So he does not know how because he fucked it up. So he still has to do it. You ever watch Nick Cage and Vampire Kiss? No, I don't know what that one is. He has all the prior knowledge, so he's able to change it without having to do all the extra shit. He can't, though. He can't. A lot of what happened was contingent on him doing what he did in his future sight. So he would still have to do it. Like, he would, no matter how you spin it, he would still have to go out there and stop the nuclear terrorist attack with the help from the authorities. You know, I'm going to play the ending because I am curious what he says at the end now. Because I remember he goes up to them, he's like, yeah, I'll fucking do it, but there's conditions or something. Is it on YouTube?
It's happening.
When?
Now.
See, like, he doesn't actually even solve it or anything. It just happens. So him saying at the very end, like, alright, I'll do it. Like, it's setting up a sequel because he has to stop this from happening now. Like, it is absolutely setting up a sequel. And the scene after that, he goes out to the authorities like, okay, I'm in. He knows what not to do, which isn't necessarily helpful. It's not exactly valuable intel. Alright, listen. So I failed. So now I know how to avoid failing, but I also don't know how to succeed. He knows what would happen if he didn't do it now. True. He now knows if he doesn't defuse the nuke before it goes off, it will go off. And yeah, I saw it. Lucky. It looked pretty decent. How do you feel about the Twilight series? I made a whole series of videos on Twilight. I watched them for the first time like 6 months ago. They are incredibly fun shit movies. They are so bad, but so fun.